Spring is always an exciting time, but it's extra exciting this year as we await the arrival of the 17-year cicadas. This is going to be brood 10, the largest brood of all. They were here in 2004, and the little babies that have been below ground all this time are going to come back to visit this spring. Right now, if you go out and look around your landscape, you might find what we call these little mud turrets. They've already risen near the surface of the ground and kind of capped off their exit holes with these little mud domes. Gradually, as the temperatures warm up, they will begin to come out of the ground where they climb up into the canopy and then start calling for their mate. Now, there's a lot of commotion and excitement about this. There's a lot of information and a lot of misinformation out there. And I want to put your mind to rest a little bit. These cicadas, they don't bite, they don't sting, they don't harm people in any sort of way. Like I said, the female, she's looking to build a nest by cutting a little incision into small twigs that are about the diameter of a pencil, and that's where she's going to lay her eggs. So even in terms of injury or damage to your garden, they're not going to be going after perennials, small twigs and shrubs. They're not going after vegetables. Their damage is really pretty limited. So what I want to do today is talk specifically to some of you gardeners, discuss a little bit about what to expect with the arrival of the cicadas, and maybe give you some ideas, suggestions, what we can do to get prepared for their arrival. So what can we do to protect our landscape? Treating with insecticides doesn't help, and it's not an appropriate treatment. The only thing that we can really do is to cover susceptible plants with a fine mesh. It needs to be about 1 centimeter or smaller. We're using this pond and pool netting here. And also remember that the female, she wants to lay her eggs in little twigs that are the diameter of the pencil. So on a big, mature, established tree, they're going to go up there and they'll do a little damage in the upper canopy, but it's insignificant to the overall health and size of the tree. They're really not going to be going after, like I said, perennials or vegetables or even small shrubs that have just fine twigs in them. They leave the evergreens alone. So what we really need to do is walk around your landscape and identify those plants, those specimen trees that are high value and high importance, where you really add a lot to your landscape. You'll need a friend to give you a hand with this, but you can drape this pine netting over there, secure it, and then during that egg laying phase, the tree's totally protected from them. Now you will know when this all starts. The male climbs up into the canopy of the trees and he begins singing to attract his mates. This is one of the loudest insects known on the planet, so his call can carry for 1.5 miles. You'll know when the time begins. They have about a 2-week mating period, and then within, say, 6 to 8 weeks, the whole show is over. So by the end of June, everything should be finished. You'll be able to pull the netting off of your tree. By that point in time, the cicadas would have laid their eggs, the young drop down into the ground, burrow down into the soil, and we don't see them again for another 17 years. If you do have questions or concerns about cicadas, or really anything else that's going on in your garden, please don't hesitate to give us a call or stop by any one of our 3 locations to visit the plant clinic, where we've got specialists on staff to help you out with anything that's going on in your garden.